Our club's always been a forum for visionaries, public figures, and decision makers to command attention to the issues of our time and inform the most relevant, compelling, and challenging conversations. Here we offer first-person access to dynamic political, business, and public personality.
The Canadian Club is one of the most important podiums anywhere in the world that a Canadian can speak to, tell Canadians what it is that they think, develop those thoughts. And so I want to thank you for that very, very much.
Please join me in thanking our esteemed panelists today.
Through our programs and events, including our youth and young leaders programs, our diversity partnerships, our joint events, and our media and social media opportunities, we offer you access to dynamic political, social, and business figures from abroad and right here at home.
The platform from which the eloquence of Canada has flowed all of that time, whether it be business, education, politics, sports, arts, and culture. If someone wants to say something to Canadians about this country and about the future of this country, this is the venue you choose.
A special welcome to those of you joining us online right now at canadianclub.org. Thank you for spending part of your afternoon with us. Once again, my name is Glenn Parkinson, Canadian Club Toronto President and your host this afternoon. Now, I'll get us going again first just by acknowledging our sponsors who make all of this possible. Today, our event is sponsored by EY, so thank you for your support. Our season sponsor is the Canadian Bankers Association. Our official airline partner is Air Canada. And we partner with Canada's Forest Trust Corporation, who works with us to offset the carbon impact of our entire season. So thanks again to that group of partners as well. Now, TELUS, of course, is a household name with a legacy of customer-oriented service. What I personally find interesting is the way that they've carved out a distinct strategy from their competitors. So less focused on media and some adjacent businesses that are fascinating and still yet connected to some of the core capabilities of the original business. And while doing all of this, still striving to provide connectivity and social equality here at home. When driving a distinct strategy, it's helpful to have some time to see it through. And the current president and CEO has certainly had time to gain experience and tenure in the role. And I'd like to welcome Dave McQueen, the managing partner for consulting at EY Canada, to introduce our guest today. Welcome, Dave.
All right, well, good afternoon. Thank you, Glenn, for the warm introduction. It's a pleasure to be at another Canadian Club of Toronto event. As Glenn said, EY is a proud supporter of the conversations that drive our nation forward. And today we're delighted to delve into the dynamic world of communications and social capitalism with Darren Entwistle, the President and CEO of TELUS. The theme for today is around working to enhance social outcomes for all, while simultaneously driving industry-leading business performance. And TELUS does just that. As a communications company with more than $20 billion in revenue and over 19 million customers connections and 132,000 team members serving customers in more than 160 countries, TELUS is at the very foundation upon which modern innovation, connectivity, and commerce are built, contributing significantly to our country's prosperity and global competitiveness. TELUS has consistently generated world-leading shareholder returns that exceed the TSX and their global peer group. Darren's strategic foresight has steered TELUS through more than 2 decades of industry change, expanding its telecommunications infrastructure and pioneering technological innovation. Under his direction, TELUS has transformed from a Western Canadian telephone company into a global communications and information technology leader, most notably through diversification into non-media investments including TELUS Health, TELUS Agriculture and Consumer Goods, and TELUS International, allowing the organization to build a global footprint outside of its core business. This has allowed TELUS to deliver exceptional value to its shareholders with an unmatched track record of increasing its industry-leading dividend year after year. Beyond generating sustainable financial growth, Darren's leadership is defined by his unwavering commitment to putting customers first and his belief in the power of technology to create a better future for all. This purpose-driven approach ensures that TELUS's work extends beyond the realm of telecommunications, touching the lives of Canadians in profound ways. Social initiatives like the TELUS Friendly Future Foundation, which funds projects focused on health, education, and technology for youth, all which will be holding its inaugural fundraising gala here in Toronto tomorrow night. And from what Darren tells me, it's promises to be an incredible affair. Also, the TELUS Pollinator Fund, which invests in for-profit startups, driving social and environmental change. Since its inception in 2020, the fund has invested in over 30 socially innovative companies, with 40% led by women and 50% led by Indigenous or racialized founders. TELUS is also a pioneer in sustainability, Energy Global recognition, including being named one of Corporate Knights' Global 100 Most Sustainable Corporations, and being listed on the Dow Jones Sustainability North American Index for the past 23 consecutive years. As an organization, their commitment to connecting Canadians, fostering digital literacy, and driving sustainable practices has set a benchmark for corporate leadership and social responsibility. The company has been recognized as the most giving company in the world and is categorically the global leader in philanthropy and volunteerism. In today's conversation, we'll get to hear from Darren about TELUS's long-standing belief that doing good in our communities and doing well in business are mutually inclusive. As the longest-serving CEO in the telecommunications industry, not just in Canada, but around the world, Darren's insights are informed from a remarkable blend of industry expertise and a heartfelt commitment to societal betterment. Whether it's being appointed to the Order of Canada, awarded the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Medal, or being named the Canadian Business Leader of the Year by the Canadian Chamber of Commerce, Darren is consistently recognized as a trailblazing and visionary CEO. The countless awards and accolades are a testament to Darren's exceptional leadership and his enduring vision for TELUS. With that, it is an incredible honor to extend a warm welcome to a true leader and an innovator, the President and the Chief Executive Officer of TELUS, Darren Entwistle.
"34 years ago, when I was in the University of Toronto's network engineering program, I skived off from class and legged it down to Niagara-on-the-Lake for the Shaw Festival, where I experienced a quote by George Bernard Shaw that helped shape my personal beliefs and my career trajectory. And this quote has hung in the TELUS boardroom now for 24 years. Shaw said, "People are always blaming their circumstances for what they are." Shaw goes on to say, "I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they make them." When I returned home from the program, excited by the power of technology, my father shared with me another lesson. He grabbed me by the arm and gave me that Game of Thrones Night King look that he has with his blue eyes, and he said, "Embrace technology as a way to enhance our quality of life. But do not forget that it is not and never will be a substitute for authentic human compassion. I can still remember it. The fusion of these two ideologies from Shaw and my Night King dad became the genesis of TELUS's world leadership in social capitalism. And it's why TELUS, day in and day out, challenges the status quo and tackles society's most pressing issues and opportunities head on. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a privilege for me to be here at the Canadian Club, and Dave, thank you for those kind remarks. Today, I would like to share with you TELUS's social capitalism journey and demonstrate why we believe it is the only sustainable form of capitalism moving forward around the world. At TELUS, our world leadership in social capitalism has been over 2 decades in the making now, and there is no other company with a story quite like ours. Harvard economist Dr. Rebecca Henderson, the world's leading expert on social capitalism, has called on the business community to embrace an approach that benefits our society, our planet, and our bottom lines. She writes, "In today's world, reimagining capitalism requires embracing the idea that while firms must be profitable if they are to thrive, their purpose must be not only to make money, but also to build prosperity and freedom in the context of a livable planet and a healthy and vibrant society." For 24 years, social capitalism has been a central thesis of what we do at TELUS, why we do it, and what we stand for, predating even Dr. Henderson's research. At TELUS, our journey involves leveraging our world-leading technology, coupled with the passion of our team, to address 3 key challenges. Firstly, bridging socioeconomic divides so that all citizens have the opportunity to realize their full potential. Secondly, conserving and remediating our planet, including a self-helping, safe, and healthy food supply. And thirdly, transforming our healthcare system and improving health outcomes for all. This sense of responsibility and activism is core to our brand promise, "Let's make the future friendly," which evokes a higher calling and invites everyone to join us in making the world a better place. On the topic of higher calling, first, I'd like to speak to TELUS's commitment to bridging socioeconomic divides. Recent evidence is unsettling. Food Banks Canada reported an alarming 50% increase in visits to food banks since 2021, whilst Canada Helps found that 22% of Canadians rely on charities to meet their basic needs. At TELUS, we leverage connectivity to drive both growth on the economic front and social equity. We've invested $335 billion across Canada since 2000, creating broadband networks that rank best in the world for speed, coverage, and reliability. Notably, our world-leading broadband investments support the success of our nation. According to the World Bank, every 10% increase in wireless and wireline penetration stimulates GDP growth of up to 2.8% for developed countries. This figure is twice as high as the total of Canada's GDP growth in 2023. Indeed, connectivity is essential to our daily lives and a key determinant of success and our health. The National Bureau of Economic Research suggests that a broadband connection is associated with an average life expectancy increase of 3 years, along with decreased loneliness, better mental health, improved work-life balance, higher graduation rates, and stronger incomes. Digital equity also ensures Canadians living in rural communities benefit from the same opportunities as those living in urban centers. This includes connecting 700 Indigenous lands to the transformative power of TELUS's Pure Fibre and 5G networks. And it reflects TELUS's commitment to Indigenous reconciliation and our national and global leadership in enabling connectivity for Indigenous peoples. We know that unequal access to technology exacerbates social barriers for our most marginalized neighbors. By way of example, 21% of low-income families in Canada lack internet access, putting kids at risk of falling behind in school. 34% of seniors have no internet access at home, elevating the likelihood of social isolation. 300,000 young people are in government care, often unable to participate in our digital world. And 300,000 Canadians are homeless, frequently disconnected from the basic right to health care. TELUS's Connecting for Good programs aim to address these challenges and bridge socioeconomic and health divides. TELUS's Internet for Good program provides low-cost, high-speed internet access to 182,000 low-income families, seniors, people living with disabilities, and youth leaving foster care. Similarly, through TELUS Mobility for Good, we provide free mobile phones and rate plans for 53,000 youth aging out of government care, and as well, again, low-income seniors. TELUS Tech for Good has empowered 10,000 people living with disabilities with training and assistive technology, improving both their independence and their quality of life. Moreover, TELUS Health for Good provides vital well-being support for underserved individuals, including those people experiencing homelessness. Through our 13 innovative mobile clinics equipped with TELUS Health technology and staffed with passionate medical professionals, we bring primary care and mental health services to vulnerable individuals across Canada. Since the inception of our Health for Good program, TELUS has mobilized our sedentary universal healthcare system with 215,000 healthcare visits across 25 communities. As I speak, our Parkdale Queen West Mobile Health Clinic is providing foot exams, new shoes, and a healthy meal to our most marginalized citizens, when and where they need it. TELUS believes firmly in the symbiotic relationship between the success of our business and the welfare of the communities where we live, where we work, and where we serve as citizens. Unquestionably, our digital world is evolving at a breathtaking pace with the advent of new technologies, including generative AI. This is why 11 years ago, we introduced TELUS, which provides free digital literacy resources and educational workshops to keep citizens safe online. Importantly, as we put technology into the hands of Canadians, we are simultaneously providing them with the tools and the coaching to keep them more informed, secure, and capable digital citizens. To date, we've empowered 750,000 individuals through TELUS and our responsible AI workshops. We know many people feel anxious about the nefarious outcomes artificial intelligence could facilitate. TELUS is the world leader in the responsible use of AI. This is evidenced by our recognition from the US-based Responsible AI Institute and the fact that TELUS was the first company globally to secure privacy by design ISO certifications for our Gen AI customer support tool and Data for Good program, which gives researchers critical access to de-identified data. Clearly, at TELUS, when we innovate, we do so thoughtfully and responsibly. In addition to keeping people safe online, we are equally committed to creating healthier communities. We know there's a synergistic relationship between doing good in our communities and doing well in our business. Since 2000, TELUS and our team members have gifted $1.7 billion, including, perhaps more importantly, 2.2 million days of volunteerism globally. Yes, 2.2 million days. Maybe it's not Canadian, but I have to say it. This is more than any other company on the planet. From right here in Canada. You know, and you can see it on their faces, our TELUS team is just as competitive in respect of our social purpose as we are in our commercial business. This competitive spirit, well, it drives innovative thinking across the private sector on how to answer social issues, ultimately leading to better outcomes for both businesses and communities. This year, our 19th annual TELUS Days of Giving inspired a record 83,000 team members in 33 countries, driving a world-leading 1.5 million volunteer hours. It is thanks to our team members, our amazing community partners, and the support of our board of directors that TELUS has been named the most giving company in the world. Indeed, because our team members choose volunteer causes that resonate with them, it engenders higher employee engagement, stronger community relationships, better client retention, and better growth opportunities for our company. Building on our unparalleled track record of philanthropy, in 2018, we established the TELUS Friendly Future Foundation with a mission to help underserved youth realize their full potential. It's not too much to ask. The foundation, well, it was inaugurated through a $120 million gift from TELUS, representing the largest donation by a publicly traded company in Canada in history, and one of the largest ever in all of North America. In 2023, the Foundation celebrated the historic launch of our $50 million TELUS Student Bursary, the largest bursary fund in Canada. Our goal is to grow the bursary such that no young person in Canada will be denied a post-secondary education owing to their financial or social circumstances. Our continuity of commitment to education is enriching Canada's future talent pool in a world where the development of human resources has never been more important and has never been more challenging. Indeed, our 20 TELUS community boards in 8 countries have invested $126 million in educational, mental health, and environmental youth programs since their inception in 2005. This has positively impacted the lives of 33 million young people and built strong, reciprocal local relationships. By way of example, and what a telling example it is, in some countries, TELUS builds more schools than their governments, owing to the passion of our employee volunteers, including their families. And this certainly creates an emotional bond with our team members, elevating employee performance with the attendant benefits to the bottom line of our organization. Social capitalism pays dividends by aligning your company's values and that of your employees and customers, particularly Gen Z, enabling you to attract and retain top talent. At TELUS, our passion for purpose has led to team engagement scores in the top decile of employers globally, resulting in better outcomes for customers, communities, and stakeholders, including 36% higher employee retention, 41% lower absenteeism, and 55% higher customer experience and growth. Now, let's turn to the second challenge, conserving and enhancing our environment. TELUS is deeply dedicated to being nature positive, thanks to the potency and pervasiveness of broadband technology, which enables people to live, work, learn, and access healthcare virtually, materially reducing their carbon footprint. Due to the quality and ubiquity of Canada's broadband networks, during the COVID pandemic, we were able to support remote workers, learners, and caregivers, fueling productivity and societal results that were better than those of any G7 country. What we learned during COVID is illustrative of the power of broadband virtualization, which is essential for Canada's digital future, given our challenging demographics. Notably, by next year, 100% of TELUS's electricity will come from clean power sources, such as solar, wind, and hydro, contributing to a healthy planet and saving millions in utility costs annually. Our sustainability goals are public, transparent, and accountable, as evidenced by TELUS becoming the first Canadian company to issue sustainability-linked bonds with interest rate consequences for underperformance. This unique form of investing aligns our fiscal objectives to the achievement of our environmental targets. Today, we have the largest such bond program in the entirety of the Canadian fixed income market. We are further investing in positive environmental outcomes through our $100 million TELUS Pollinator Fund, making it one of the largest corporate impact funds in the world. Pollinator supports purpose-driven, for-profit startups that share TELUS's passion for fueling positive social and environmental change. This includes startups Flash Forest and Dryad, which use cutting-edge drone and sensor technology to remediate and prevent the devastating effects of wildfires. In addition, Pollinator investee Mycocycle trains mushrooms to eat toxic trash, transforming it into organic matter, diverting long-lasting construction waste from landfills. Yes, the board was slightly nervous when they got an invoice for mushrooms on my personal expense budget. We are further improving environmental outcomes through our innovative and global best program to retire copper from our telecommunications networks. Since 2022, we've migrated 98% of our internet customers from copper to TELUS Pure Fiber, materially reducing repair activity and yielding, by extension, fewer fleet emissions, with an associated 25% reduction in cost to serve. Moreover, Pure Fiber drives higher revenue growth and better customer loyalty. So it is good for the planet and good for business. Each ton of copper recycled saves 3 tons of greenhouse gas emissions typically produced through traditional copper mining. In fact, we are monetizing our intellectual property developed in what we call urban copper mining to help other telcos around the world recycle infrastructure for environmental and financial benefit. And as we decommission copper from our central offices, we are redeveloping these now vacant buildings into affordable housing. Through our TELUS Living real estate initiative, we are constructing 4,000 purpose-built rental housing units over the next 5 years to help address Canada's housing crisis. Our team knows to sustain a healthy planet and population, we need a global, quality food supply that is safe, sustainable, expansive, and connected. As the world's leading digital agriculture company, serving 5,400 customers in 50 countries, TELUS Agriculture is helping answer our biggest environmental and social challenges. Our team is advancing the sector by harnessing the power of digital tools, coupled with data analytics, to reduce waste, to optimize resource consumption through precision agronomy, and to improve food safety and traceability, all whilst enhancing the efficiency and the effectiveness of the end-to-end value chain, from farm to fork. Alarmingly, 1/3 of all food produced is wasted each year due to inefficiencies in processing, transportation, and demand planning. Not only is this morally troubling in a hungry world, but food waste in landfills significantly amplifies our greenhouse gas emissions. Paradoxically, with a fixed global footprint of arable land and a growing world population, food production will need to increase by 70% by 2050 to prevent food scarcity. TELUS Agriculture is meeting the food waste and scarcity challenge at both ends of the food chain. Notably, our software and 5G IoT solutions enable grocers and retailers to map the life cycle of the products they sell right back to the farm. Retailers can track details such as harvest date and leverage IoT sensors to capture conditions, including storage temperatures. This enables them to predict product shelf life and ensure, if necessary, the acceleration of perishable items. With the latest in 5G-enabled soil sampling, coupled with weather, pest, and nutrient management technologies, our precision agronomy solution is helping farmers to create the best plan for the health of their farm whilst lowering costs, including a customized prescription for each and every acre on that farm. Our suite of agronomy tools and technologies reduces the need for seed, fertilizers, and pesticides by up to 20% and enables water savings of more than 30%. This supports producers in improving their sustainability, reducing their carbon footprint, and yes, advancing their profitability. TELUS's digital agronomy solutions use data-driven insights to optimize agriculture practices by enhancing soil health, biodiversity, and ecosystem resilience across 200 million acres on more than 450,000 farms in 22 countries. Ultimately, this feeds 75 million people around the world, and it is a compelling exemplification of regenerative agriculture in action. Moreover, within TELUS's animal agriculture business, our industry-leading animal record management software provides customers with customized nutrition and health plans for their herds. In addition to improving herd health and yield outcomes by up to 10%, our animal agriculture customers reduced their carbon emissions by more than 67,000 tons between 2020 and 2022 alone. Today, consumers are rightly concerned about food origin and food safety, reinforcing the importance of connecting the global agriculture value chain with smart technologies that we have at our fingertips. Indeed, in the near future, consumers will be able to scan a grocery item's barcode with their smartphone to review its origin, to review the pharmaceuticals and chemicals used in its production, and details associated with its transportation, such as the temperature of the chiller or the duration of the trip. This data will curtail the incidence of foodborne illnesses, which affect 1 in 13 people worldwide, whilst also helping consumers make more informed choices, given the growing recognition that food is medicine. Finally, I would like to address the third challenge, the transformation of healthcare. Certainly, in most areas of our lives, technology has empowered us with speed. It's empowered us with convenience and access to digitized services almost ubiquitously. Yet for many years, this has proven evasive in healthcare. This is why our team is revolutionizing access to healthcare through technology innovation, through a customers first ideology, and a commitment to democratizing access to precision healthcare to ensure everyone can receive the care they deserve, regardless of location and regardless of their socioeconomic circumstances. Today, TELUS is the largest health technology company in Canada, covering 70 million lives in 160 countries, and delivering care to someone around the world every 10 seconds. All thanks to our 100,000 dedicated healthcare professionals. I think everyone in this room knows, as a society, if we do not fully leverage technology to address the challenges before us, the burden that we will be placing on future generations is nothing short of inexcusable, as healthcare costs are poised to consume 50% of provincial budgets in Canada. As government capacity to fund healthcare is pressured, the accountability for making healthcare more accessible to all will increasingly fall to employers. Employers like us. As the largest provider of employer-funded healthcare and wellness services, TELUS is easing the strain on our public healthcare system and enabling employers with best-in-class health services for their employees and, as well, the families of their employees. Importantly, employers who offer well-being programs inevitably see more effective recruitment, higher employee engagement, reduced absenteeism and turnover, and not surprisingly, improved productivity. And employees are seeking this when they decide who they want to work for. Ultimately, this leads to better business results, including 11% more revenue per employee and 28% higher shareholder returns. Our team at TELUS Health is committed to shifting the paradigm to the prevention of illness, not just its remediation. This is the most effective way to alleviate operational and financial pressures on our beleaguered healthcare system. Through our state-of-the-art precision health clinic in Calgary, we are leveraging advances in technology, including artificial intelligence, to empower patients to understand their health at a deeper and more proactive level. We are one of the few companies in the world offering the quadfecta of bio, imaging, and genetic analytics coupled with functional medicine insights, and turning this into meaningful actions that are highly personalized to the individual. Our efforts are aimed at improving an individual's health span, not just their lifespan. In addition to using data analytics and AI to drive targeted interventions and preventative health strategies, we are also leveraging technology to provide healthcare for patients where and when it is most convenient in our digital world. Disconcertingly, a staggering 9 million Canadians are without a family doctor. Crucially, our virtual care offerings are closing this gap and bridging time and distance by enabling 5 million Canadians with access to talented doctors, nurses, psychologists, dietitians, and more. These services are materially improving access and productivity, saving time and saving money with extremely high customer satisfaction results. We are also bringing leadership in home automation and security into healthcare, supporting our country's senior citizens in their desire to remain at home as they age. This has become personally very interesting for me. Indeed, the National Institute on Aging found that 96% of Canadians, not surprisingly, want to age at home longer. Through the innovative home automation solutions that we are building with Amazon, we empower seniors to maintain their independence, providing both virtual and physical support. According to Stats Canada, for the first time in our history, there are more Canadians over the age of 65 than under the age of 15. Our aging in place solutions will help Canadians, more Canadians, live at home for longer, safely, and independently, whilst improving their quality of life and, at the same time, enhancing the effectiveness and the efficiency of our healthcare system. Indeed, by leveraging the benefits of technology to improve accessibility, patient outcomes, wellness optimization, and the underlying economics of our health ecosystem, TELUS is being true to our brand and helping create a friendlier future. In closing, social capitalism not only fuels immense societal benefits, but it also imparts significant competitive advantages. At TELUS, our circular social capitalism equation is as follows. Strategic social purpose drives higher team member engagement and customer and community affinity, which in turn yields differentiated value creation for our stakeholders, giving us the resources and earning us the right to invest in new social purpose initiatives. Consider the economic value that can be created in answering the digital transformation opportunities associated with healthcare, which consumes $400 billion annually in Canada alone, as well as agriculture, with an estimated global market of $14 trillion. Clearly, doing good is good for business. Studies confirm that when a company has a strong social purpose, people are 4 times more likely to purchase your services and trust your brand. People are 4.5 times more likely to go out and recommend your organization. At TELUS, this is reflected in our customer loyalty, which is consistently the best amongst our global peer group. Social capitalism has also underpinned our 10-fold brand value increase to almost $12 billion today, and amplified our financial results, directly driving $2 billion in new revenue since 2020. Over the past 20 years, social capitalism has also helped TELUS generate a total shareholder return of 766%. This is number 1 in the world amongst our telecom peers, exceeding the second-place telco by 122%. And it is more than double the TSX return of 349% and 4 times higher than the MSCI Global Telecommunications Index at 176%. I hope that my remarks today have engendered a sense of excitement, enthusiasm in the undeniable broad-based benefits of social capitalism. Truly, Canada, our country, has an opportunity to innovate and lead the way. We do not need to choose between a strong economy and a vibrant society. Through social capitalism, they can be mutually inclusive. We have the resources, we have the opportunities, and the potential to once again be trailblazers. Hopefully, with the private sector at the vanguard of this seismic shift. You can count on TELUS Together, we can ensure a future in Canada that is sustainable, one that's equitable, and one that's prosperous. I'm inspired by the magnitude of what we've accomplished thus far, and motivated by what we can achieve for the benefit of generations to come. Together, we can, and frankly, we must make the future friendly for all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Darren. On behalf of the Canadian Club, I want to express our appreciation for you for sharing your vision and the tremendous impact of your social capitalism program. I mean, I'll admit I knew some of this coming in, but the breadth and the impact and the full cycle closure of so many of your initiatives are truly impressive. I'm struck by the ambition and inspired by the vision, so thank you again. Before we close, I'll just share 3 more events that we have for the rest of the month. Tomorrow, the Honorable Seamus O'Regan, Federal Minister of Labour and Seniors, will be at our podium. Monday the 17th, we host our annual Pride celebration. It's going to be an evening event, and it's going to feature the work of Rainbow Railroad, followed by a social. And then on June 19th, we welcome Jeremy Wilmot, the CEO of Interact, for our last event of the season. Please visit canadianclub.org for more details. Let me conclude by thanking our AV partner, VVC Live, for facilitating today's event, and EY for being our event sponsor. To everyone in the room and those of you online, thank you for joining us and have a wonderful afternoon. Bye now.